Hi friends, I'm out thrifting. Hey, I'm at the Arc, but let me tell you something. I'm always showing you great Colorado beautiful days, right? Well, it's here. Look at this. You can't even see Pikes Peak. But let me add this. It is not too hot, not too cold. It is not windy very much, and it's not actually raining. The sun's not bright shining in your eye. I think that's kind of cool, actually. What's happening here? Somebody forgot something, or either, okay, that's something they didn't want. And I'm going to tell you something. I went to Nordstrom Rack across the street here because they're having their big sale, just looking for anything cool designer that I might be able to flip. I didn't find anything to buy and resell, but I found a Free People dress, so I splurged. Y'all know I don't normally do that. Everything I buy is pretty much thrifted, right? But this Free People dress had everything. It had all the elements. And it was from $500 to $84. So I got to get in here and find some things to make some money, because that's a lot of money, in my opinion, to drop on myself for a dress, even though it was Free People. Well, that's weird. I'm still by the door because I'm saying hi to you guys and just now getting started. Wait a minute. I don't think that's vintage. And I don't know why. Ice buckets don't really sell for me. Made in China. Yeah, that's not vintage. That's not even metal. It's like plastic. Okay, anyways. The young sales girl that operates the dressing room at Nordstrom Rack that I just left across the street, she's on her break or either off work, and she's in here shopping. That's so funny. She wasn't there when I came out to, be like, hey, I'll take it. I didn't steal it. Here's your number tag. So I just left it on the counter. So anyways, I said, hey, I bought that dress. It was a Free People. It's awesome. It's so funny. I'll tell you what, though. Hey, that's interesting. We're going to get that. I know it's a vodka bottle, but it's empty. But look, it's got a ship inside of it. That's not a home goods piece. I sometimes will sell alcohol related items, especially artist collab gift boxes. I tend to do that. There's a tequila brand that does their gift boxes, special edition, famous artist collabs. Oh my goodness, that's flocked. I wish that was in better shape. And they usually sell, I don't know, anywhere from 40 to 100 depending on the collab and the rare. And so I will do that all day long. That just kind of seems like a good deal and a good idea. So anyways, I'm just going to take that as another sign of serendipity. Like, I know it's a stretch. That yes, it was good that I bought that dress, and I'll be okay because I'll find something to pay for it right here. Ooh, look at this nice tent. Well, isn't that something, Bonnie? Okay. You did really good on the color and the glaze, though. Very interesting. Shine Bright. Thailand. Pandora. Oh boy. Okay, we have to check that. That's a Pandora. It's probably one of those things where a certain item that you buy, you get the container, limited edition, kind of like what I talked about with boxes of alcohol. And in my last video that I talked about that little heart-shaped quilted Chanel copy, Truly bag, that was from Truly Beauty. I told you it was a TikTok viral, right? Wow. That's an 80s, 90s thing. Kind of Southwest flair, though. When it comes to the 80s and 90s, yeah, mixed media, different textiles. When it comes to the 80s and 90s stuff, though, I just don't know exactly. There were different design themes, so it's hard to know. But look at this. $16.99, okay. Minimalist. I'm just giggling because I was just making some notes from my other non-reselling channel talking about design theory and through the histories and how right now we seem to have a lack of color. Okay, anyways, yeah, the 80s. So 80s and 90s stuff, there's different themes in that, so it's hard to tell which ones are going to be popular and want to come back. I don't know about the ducks. Like, remember, some people did the ducks, the little country look. I don't know if that's going to be what comes back. I don't think so. probably another 80s, 90s piece there. Now that would be half price. Yeah, and that style there is derivative of the 60s and 70s. It's not an exact copy, but it's definitely a derivative style. A little Picasso print, $14.99. Maybe. All right, let's dive into the hard goods. Oh, wait a minute, I see something. A hotel or big fancy McMansion style thing. Mirror. Yes, they are stocking. Yes. Okay, so here I can talk about that some more. For me, in the 80s and 90s, I did like Art Deco revival, the black lacquer and all and stuff like this. So that's kind of, my preference. But we'll see. But 80s and 90s stuff is definitely coming back. I'm at the Arc by my house, so I ran into another reseller. I tend to do that more often at the ones by my house. And I ran into my neighbor, so we definitely had to stop and catch up. So, oh yeah, I was going to show you this. There's this Demdaco. Yeah, Demdaco. Wildflower Angel. There's a little bit on these, a little bit of room left. They don't sell for a whole lot, but some people still collect them. There was something else I saw. She's been here a while. Okay, I can't find it now. Just let you guys look. Oh, here it is. Yeah, the potato. This has been a while since I've seen one of these. I have a whole set already because I love baked potatoes with all the fixings. This one's chipped, but they're usually hobbyist pieces. I think it's an Arnell mold. I'm not sure. And Becky found me like a huge one too, like almost tureen size. And then I have a bunch of these little ones, some with lids. But it's fun to make a little baked potato bar. Candles. They've rearranged some of their sections since I've been in. Another piece of that yard art. Yeah, it is. That one's not as cool as the one I got though, is it? It's not bad, you know what I mean. I'm going to do a whole video on that. I ran across so many cool designs and I was like, okay, I'm going to do a separate video because that looks like fun. I think some of you would enjoy that, get some inspiration. I might make a couple myself. Well, it's been a little challenging in here today at this Arc. That's okay. We've got about 30 to 40 thrift stores in my town. But I think I did find something to help offset that free people dress that I bought myself. This is Diane von Furstenberg. This is Coran. It's her reversible dress. So 2 patterns. It's a travel. This kind of fit and flare is good on anybody. So definitely. And it sells anywhere from 50 to, well, some people have sold it for over 200. Kind of depends on where. And it is half price. So yeah, so that'll help. I'm halfway there already, right? So happy about that. Those dresses, they were just fast fashion, but I was going to give them a try because it would only be $3.50, but they're just not constructed right, so forget it. Okay, and the only other thing I put in is this awesome light. Usually things like this have to be directly attached, but this is awesome, and they tilt, and it's a dimmer. Hello, that's perfect. I might even keep it for my house. Okay, so, yeah, it's pretty rough here today. That's okay. Like I said, there are plenty more thrift stores. But they were still stocking, so let's go do another round of hard goods. Well, I'll just go slow and let you guys look. Maybe I'll see something that they added, but I really didn't let you guys have your little virtual shopping trip very much because they were so busy. But it's after 6 now and they've calmed down. I'll probably run over to the Goodwill too. Arcs and Goodwills are open till 9 o'clock in my town. $3.99, that wasn't there. That's not bad. Yeah, we looked at her. Just going slow for you guys. I gotta chat though, okay, because of the music. I would get these. I saw them, and they'd only be like $1.50 a piece, but I just don't like the black splatter. It just makes it look like they're dirty or a dirty ashtray. These are always cute. See those at like Big Lots and Walmart. Those are cute. Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't there, I don't think. It's just a resin piece. Yeah, $5.99. Cute though. Let's see. I don't think that. What is that? Oh my goodness! Oh, that's crazy. Made into. Okay, I know, but this is crazy. $6.99. Look, it's a kung fu fighter type thing. I don't know if I'm saying that right with nunchucks. It's a candle, I think. If that was a little cheaper, because that's just a whimsical, funny thing. I would put that in my booth. That's fun. Those are all newer items. Yeah, and then there was a bunch of candles. Let's take another peek though. Okay, I already have plenty of those, and that might be a party light copycat. Resin. Hmm. That's a newer piece, but kind of popular. Popular, inspired from something older. I don't want to say, is it Chinese or Japanese? I'm not sure. Alright, I'll give you guys a quick look through furniture. Not buying a whole lot. That's just how it kind of goes these days. Plus, I'm changing direction on some things. This is a newer piece, but it's still nice, isn't it? They're so heavy though, super heavy. There's some older pieces and some interesting chairs. Let's see how much those are. Someone's redone them. These are pretty brutalist. This would be about $11 a piece. Can't really tell how old they are. They looks kind of like maybe from Mexico or something like that. Those aren't bad bar stools. They're new. So they're still at 20, but even that's not bad because they have some extra detail with the studs around them. They're still nice and clean. Electronics, out of my wheelhouse. I do take a peek though. That's an interesting piece. Again, I'm not sure the age. I'm gonna say 60s, 70s. I'm gonna say 60s, 70s. Just guessing. Interesting though, isn't it? It's given me also like maybe Amish vibes or Mexican vibes. Haha, don't get me to lying, you guys. But anyways, it's interesting, and I'm not even sure if those go together. The wood looks like it does, but I don't know. You guys look at it and tell me. Maybe that was a homemade piece. Okay, half price would be $40. We've got some more modern pieces down there. Well, maybe not that one. That one's a little older too, I believe. That's veneer though, so I say no. No, no, no. I think I'm gonna pass on this for $7. They only sell for around 20 to 25. There were quite a few. I was thinking to put it in the booth. And since there's really not that much profit in it, I think I'll just, and it's alcohol related. I think I'll go ahead and pass on that. I'm sure someone will buy it though. Well, I think that's all for this location, you guys. I'm probably going to have to add something to it. I will leave you with this awesome item. It is pre-loved, pre-scratched, but at 70, not yet. But if that goes half price, I can see where someone would love that. All right, you guys. I'll add something to this. I'll see you at the next stop. Okay, just down the street, a few blocks. Goodwill. Let's go see what's happening. Hi, hi. That's pretty. Ooh, wait. Fabric colored on an armature. Looks like it lights up. It's only $12.99. It is about 5 feet tall. Wouldn't that be fun? It's so big for storage though. All right, let me get situated. Okay, here we are. Let's see. That's pretty. It's resin though. Yeah, it's resin. I think that. Oh, it's a wine stopper. Okay, someone just stuck it in there. Interesting. $2.99, actually 30% off. Green. Oh my gosh. That's the second thing somebody's dropped over there. Look at this. I don't know what's going on, but it's like a little casket and then someone, okay. Whatever subculture that they're a member of, that's a thing, I know. That's resin too, but it's adorable. It looks a little older. Music box. It's got some broken pieces though. I bet you these move. Yvon. Haha. We need a little bit more of this in life right now. Oh, look you guys. Look at this grab bag. Yes. I almost missed it because I'm tall. Oh, nice. Oh, and there's little babies in the bubbles. That's a great deal. That is a great deal. I might even have to keep those. That's awesome. Let's back up. Cake stand. I am looking for cake stands if they're what I consider interesting enough. Little leather pouches. Good for Renaissance, which we have a big Renaissance fair here. Very major event. Just on the edge of town.
Gives us a time where everything was a little bit slower paced, right? Here we say things in 25 words rather than 5.
Well, y'all know this is happening. This was hanging way in the back on the bottom too. And it's only $3.99. This will be, I think this will be my 4th disco ball, but this is a smaller size, so not very heavy. We'll get that. Oh, look, a crazy horse. $8.99. That's a little more than I can pay, but I hope to visit that since, you know, husband's retiring. There's so many things, like I was mentioning at the end of my last sale when we had a little chat at the end. You know, there's so many places that we haven't been to right here in the United States that we want to go see. Heck, right here in Colorado. Oh, okay, these always do well. $2.99. Yes. Let's pick that up. Those always do well. If it's a better name and over a certain price point, it goes on eBay. If it's under a price point, then it goes to the booth where they do just fine there as well. But without the added expense of shipping, you know. Sometimes shipping is cost prohibitive, you know, for a buyer on some of these, you know, under 20, under 30 items. I see some things that are left over from last week. Something for your high heels. Gosh, I haven't worn high heels forever. Oh, look at this door stopper. That's kind of cute. $2.99. That's definitely a maybe. That's kind of cute. Dang, I feel like I've got to be really careful and look at the back, because for some reason they had hooks back there and they're hanging stuff way back there. Guys, see anything? Little end of day paint job there on a hobbyist piece. Looks like someone bought the plates. I don't see the plate on that Pottery Barn set. They just don't resell for a whole lot, and I'm thinking, like I put in the pop-up, that it's because of the gold. A lot of us don't want to do the gold because you can't put it in the microwave. It's a piece of pottery. Looks artisan. $5.99. Not bad. Doesn't have a wow factor. Hey, y'all want me to get crunchy on Temu? Here's another prime example, besides Temu and Shein and their clothing. When you see pictures of this, it looks like it's all stained glass and beautiful and they backlight it or something. I don't know what they do, but look. Look at it up close. It's just screen printed. I'm not saying it's ugly, I'm just saying it doesn't look like the picture. Well, there's another chase. It's not, yeah, that's not as elegant as the other one. It's $50. You know, this couch here is kind of a classic style, classic color, little tweed. Like, you would never really have to change this out as long as you kept it clean. That will just go for anything and then just change your stuff around it, as trends change. Oh, yeah, see, look, already sold. $64. Yep, no doubt. Super nice couch for any era, any theme. Alright, I found this nice fused art glass plate. No signature, all the angles, I don't see anything, but I like it. I like it kind of for myself too. There's no price tag, but I'm going to see if they'll sell it to me when I check out. If not, it's no big deal. I'm in the clothing now, trying to find some more tissue t-shirts because they don't last very long. Like what I'm wearing now, these things here, they get pilled after a while. And you do have to layer them with a tank top, but they feel like wearing nothing. So if you get a slim tank top too, or another one of these under it, it's still not heavy and nice and cool. Okay, anyways, this is just fast fashion. What I like about it though is this nice cool slinky, and it's got silver flecks in it. So I'm going to go over to a mirror, pull off my long sleeve top where I have a tank top on, and try it on. There's a mirror that's hidden over in that corner where I'll be out of the way. Anyway, these. I was hoping this is one of those Mexican ones with the dots on it, but it's actually not made out of wood. It still could be though. Anyways, I looked them all over, and this is the one I want, of course, the crazy one. Because a lot of you that buy elephants, it's because you have an elephant collection, right? So you're going to want something different. That is very different. The pebbles and stuff. Yes, let's get that one. I think it's only $4. I'll bring that to the sale tomorrow. Alright, I'm still in clothing. I'm going to try to do some of it with you, but listen, the hanger screeching, and there is a baby screaming. So if you high-pitched noises, okay, just fast forward. Ooh, okay. Pineapples, though. Alright, if you know, you know. Hey, this one here. This is great. Whose is that? Oh, look. So that is slightly vintage, most likely, and it's silk. See, oh, this might be from the 90s or Y2K, but the deal with this is silk, first of all, a classic cut in tweed, right? And then the bright colors with the 80s and 90s that it's coming back. This is actually awesome. How much is that? The only thing $9.99. The only thing I don't like about it is I tend to like to buy things that stretch. You get less returns. Whenever I do clothing only videos, for those of you that want some tips, I will talk about that kind of stuff again, probably over and over to make sure you got it, okay? Selling fashion can be fun, seriously, but there's a learning curve to it, in my opinion. Again, I sew, so I kind of know how to look at something and be like, okay, that ain't right. That's not going to fit hardly anybody. That's cute too. Cable. Oh, that's a good brand. That's a department store brand. I mean, it's not like, designer. It's the department store brand, but a little bit better. This does stretch. That would have to be on sale. I'm really being conservative, you guys. Prices have gone up in the thrift stores, and I'm not the kind of person, like, I want to be able to offer a deal. Oh, I see some fabric. These are going to be something. These are giving me etro vibes, but the quality is there, but not etro there. Okay, J. Crew. Yes, so this J. Crew fabric quality is there, definitely. How much are those? $9.99. I have plenty of clothes to sell, but if I see something cool. So shopping for myself, I tend to stay at only my size, and I know what colors I will wear and won't wear. That saves time. Shopping for resale, a little bit different. Go through the fabrics. If I'm not in a hurry, I might look at everything individually and look up some interesting names. You know, like sometimes an item it's not clean enough to buy, but the quality was good. And I might look up the name to teach myself something. Dresses. I know those don't belong there, but I wanted someone to notice them, so I stuck them there. Yeah, those would have cost you $150 from J. Crew. They're silk. Even resale value is pretty good on those. Let's talk about this. Now it needs a good steaming, but the reason this is interesting, 30% off, they got it for $12.99. Okay, I'd have to look up that brand, but it might be something. It's giving me Anthropologie vibes. But this is a deconstructed minimalist look for people who like that minimalist kind of Japanese flair to their clothing, and that is a thing. It's probably called something and then add core at the end now. But this is what I mean by deconstructed. That little back piece there, how it just kind of flops in and out. Yeah, nice soft material. Yeah, that would be something that if I needed clothing, I would pick something like that up. And I saw this little vintage piece. Isn't that adorable? Oh my goodness. Giving me Dallas Dynasty vibes. Crystal Carrington. Right? I'm trying not to screech, although you guys are going to hear it. Okay, just let me do this, and when I find something, I'll pop in and out, okay, you guys? Because the screeching, I can't even hardly handle it. Haha, here's a dupe for you. Look at that horrible stitching. Yeah. Made in probably, what, Israel or something? Total ripoff of that logo. That's still new with tags. It's kind of a mild ponte. But that's fast fashion. But with the mild ponte fabric, it's a little more forgiving, okay? That's fast fashion. But for young girls that are just starting out their like corporate career, you know, they need some good clothes. And it needs to be a little bit of variety, so sometimes they have to the color, sorry. Sometimes they have to mix in some fast fashion. This looks like Shein or something, but yeah. This would be those Instagram and TikTok girls that do like the Kardashian, you know, where they all look the same. They like stuff like this. That's actually kind of cute though. You could tone it down because it's not super revealing, right? I mean, as far as the cut, wear something under it, you could tone it down for the beach or something. Not bad. $12.99. If it was my size, I would get it and make a shirt out of it. I do that a lot. I don't really wear a lot of dresses anymore. A little fiesta dress. Sometimes these can do well too. These little ethnic type, if I'm allowed to say that these days. That's sweet. Fast fashion, no label. But you know, something like that you don't wear that often. Special event. I don't know, it depends on your special event because see the raw edges? Like you might be embarrassed if it's a fancier event. This fabric feels good. Lane Bryant. Okay, it's passable because it's a Lane Bryant. Yeah, it's got a pretty good feel to it. And you can sell that. There's a following, Lane Bryant, and they know what they wear. It's another ethnic type dress. Okay, that was fun. Alright, I'll pop in and out if I find something cool, and I am checking rounder tops as we go. Well, I'm about done with clothing. I didn't really find anything else. Honorable mention, y'all know I love these athletic jackets with the sheer panels for summer, but this one's got a run in it. But I wasn't crazy about this base dye fabric and color. But anyways, I did add a pair of shorts for myself and these awesome Levi's. Black label, definitely. Only $15. The unique back pockets. Love them. Alright, you guys, I've had enough of hanger screeching. I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.